The road to radicalization. RCMP investigate the source, but are they missing clear warning signs of radical ideologies taught right here in Canada? Jonathan Halevi is with the Jerusalem Center for Public Affairs and a former lieutenant colonel in the Israel Defense Forces. He joins us in studio. Great to see you again. You know, all this thought about things being beamed in on the internet, there are extremist preachers in Muslim mosques in Canada today, am I right?
There are imams here in Canada that explaining what is the true Islam, how the Sharia should be implemented, and what punishment should be applied to the sinners.
Let's go straight to a video of a mosque in Montreal. Imam Kandil, I believe is his name.
Yes.
Let's take a look at what he's preaching in our own country. Take a look.
قالوا أما الثاني فقد حارب الله ورسوله وقد خرج إلى فئة باغية فليس جزاؤه القتل فقط ده جزاء حد الحرابة إنما جزاء الذين يحاربون الله ورسوله ويسعون في الأرض فسادا أن إيه أن يقتلوا أو يصلبوا أو تقطع أيديهم وأرجلهم من خلاف.
So right here in Montreal, you have a preacher in our own country saying if someone defies Allah or his messenger, kill him, cut off his limbs, whatever. It's just, you know, there's no mystery where the radicalization is. He puts it on, I mean, that was his own video.
Yes, he talks about on the apostates, those who leave Islam and, you know, take another religion as a faith. And according to him, all categories of apostates should be killed. And those who fight against Islam, those who just, you know, do it in their homes should be incarcerated till death if they don't go back to Islam.
I want to show this is not a one-off. Let us now go to a mosque in Waterloo and listen to this fella.
If you're in a Muslim country and you insult Muhammad or Jesus, you will receive the same punishment. If a Christian does that in Saudi or in a Muslim country, he will get in trouble. But if he purposely do this, then it goes back to the ruler. Goes back to the ruler and the judge of that time. But it could also, you know, be to the point as far as killing that person.
That's an Imam Raga is his name, from Toronto. That was a speech in Waterloo. He's talking about killing people who dare speak against the Muslim prophet Muhammad.
Yes, he is an imam from Toronto, and this speech took place in the University of Waterloo as part of the Islamic Awareness Week.
Islamic Awareness Week.
Yes, partially funded by the university.
So the University of Waterloo is bringing in, helping to pay for an imam to come in from Toronto to talk about killing people who defame Islam.
His speech was concentrated on the implementation of the Sharia, and this was the topic. And he was asked by one of the crowd about what is the punishment for those who for the apostate, and that's what he said. Yeah. This is Islam. This is exactly what Islam prescribed to those.
And again, this isn't hiding. This isn't secret. This was a public event at the university. Again, filmed on purpose to disseminate it. This is not like some secret undermining. This is out in the open. Now, you have with you on the desk next to you a bunch of books. I know where you got those because you brought these before. Right from Yonge and Dundas, right in the heart of Toronto, there is a booth where people give out this Islamic propaganda, not just the Qurans, but the way to interpret the Quran. Tell me about the first book you have there called Human Rights in Islam.
This is a new book that I took very recently from the booth at Dundas Square. And this book is called Human Rights in Islam and Common Misconceptions. So they want to portray exactly what Islam is, what is true Islam. And this book is talking about exactly the same thing. So in Islamic State, apostates should be executed. Thieves, their hands should be amputated. They should be amputated by...
We've got a few excerpts from this. Let me just read to folks what is being handed out in English on the streets of Toronto every day. In fact, I was just there yesterday and I saw it. The non-Muslim residents of an Islamic State are required to pay a minimal tax called the jizya. Allah set the penalty of cutting the hand as a penalty for theft. As for the previously married male or female who commits adultery, the punishment applied to them is stoning to death. Islamic Sharia decrees execution for the person who apostatizes after accepting Islam as a way of life and rejects Islamic beliefs and laws. So this is the full-out Islamic State theocracy. This is the Islamic fascism that we see in Iraq and Syria right now.
That's the way, the booth is intended to spread Islam, to spread the message of Islam, to portray Islam as moderate in order to attract people to join Islam. So, if this is Islam as they portray it at Dundas Square, in Toronto, in Quebec, so it's not Islamophobia. They are saying it plain and simple. This is Islam.
Yeah. We're hunting all over the world for, where could the causes be? Is it being beamed in from the Middle East? It's coming at you every week on the streets of Toronto and the mosques of Montreal. As far as you know, has there ever been a Canadian imam who has been prosecuted either in human rights commissions or hate crimes or terrorism laws for preaching the kind of violence that we have heard today?
I have no idea, but it's not secret what messages is being distributed in books at Dundas Square. I have no idea if any action was taken against them. And by the way, Sheikh Ahmad Kandil was a teacher in Islamic schools in Edmonton. He was also Imam of Al Rashid Mosque in Edmonton for 2 years.
Yeah, it's outrageous. The fact that you have shown these things available on the internet, available on the street, and that no other TV channel in Canada, as far as I know, shows it, says there's another problem. The mainstream media does not feel comfortable talking about these facts. Great to have you on the show again.